Today, we're going to talk about 3 things that you can ask your customers for faster sales growth. Welcome to Sales Growth Made Simple, the show helping 7 to 8 figure trade, construction, and industry sales and business leaders finally end the stress of inconsistent sales by simplifying your sales systems so your team can close more deals and grow faster. I'm your host, Ben Wright, and over the last 15 years, I've helped hundreds of trade and sales leaders grow their businesses and generate over $200 million in additional revenue by simplifying their sales processes. Let's get started. In this episode, we're going to go through 3 questions that are really impactful to helping you close deals. That's it, just 3 questions. And the reason we're going to be keeping it so simple today is that for me, in my experience, simplicity sales, complexity fails. Great quote I learned from a man called Lasada Pippen when I was interviewing him on my podcast way many episodes ago. So far ago, I can't remember the number, but we'll put the number into the show notes. And for me, certainly across my sales career, I have been really heavily focused on making sure that I have process and rigor in what I do from a sales capability point of view, i.e. when I'm meeting with customers, when my teams are meeting with customers, when my businesses are meeting with customers, they have a baseline set of process that they follow. But at the same time, making sure it's simple enough that everyone can remember it, that everyone can implement it, and most of all, that everyone can buy into it. So today, straight off the back of episode 205 last week, when we spoke about how you can overcome perhaps being a little bit afraid to ask for the business, I'm going to go through 3 questions that are really powerful in helping us move our customers forward. So just a quick recap. If you didn't listen to episode 205 on Friday, I'd encourage you to do that. But one of the key things that came out of it was setting a checklist with customers, ticking them off, and then when you get to the end of that checklist, asking them what they'd like to do next. So what I'd like to do is expand on those questions and come through with 3 here today. So the first thing is, and again, if you haven't listened to 205, just jump back. You can do it at the end of this and listen to it. But certainly the first thing that I encourage any salesperson to be doing once they've presented their quote, be it on site when they're then and there, or be it later on they're coming back for another meeting, or be it via phone, right? It doesn't really matter. But whenever you're presenting that quote to your customers, is to ask them, have we met what you want? Have we ticked off the boxes you are looking for? Have we covered off everything that's important to you? Have we nailed the signature piece? Have we nailed the priority item? Have we delivered you a quote that's something that you like? What do you like about the quote, right? It's all different ways of asking that same question that says, tell me that we've given you what you want. Tell me, that your deepest, darkest desires from this quoting process have been met, all right? And we've given you everything that you need to be able to move forward. It is super powerful for a couple of reasons. Number 1, it gives you feedback if you've missed anything, right? Most importantly, if you missed anything, you hear about it. Number 2 is it allows the customer to compartmentalize in their head whether you've actually hit the nail on the head in terms of their quote, right? Whether you've actually done everything they need them to do. And in many cases, say, hey, this provider's actually nailed it. This supplier's done exactly what I wanted them to do. And for me, it helps them step forward to say, this is someone I want to work with. So what we're doing is getting someone to verbalize, slow down, and acknowledge exactly what we've done. So many times I see customers and people comparing quotes. They're all a little bit different. It gets all too hard for them. They throw it down, they come back to it another time, and they pick someone based on memory. Whereas for me, being really proactive here and asking, have we met what you want, allows you to really, A, get that feedback of what you're missing, and B, help the customer step forward. The second question, very logical, that moves from there, particularly when you get a response from the customer that says yes, is to say, is there anything missing? Is there anything you don't like? Is there anything we haven't quite got right? Is there something you'd like us to spend more time on? In an ideal world, is there anything else you'd like us to think about? Do we need to consider anything missing from your quote? Do we need to expand on anything? Do we need to remove anything? Do we need to change any timelines or deadlines? Again, so many different ways of asking that same question around, is there anything we've missed? And what I like about this is, again, it helps you get that direct feedback if you haven't got it from the first question. But it also, again, allows the customer to compartmentalize, to say, actually, they've got everything we want. Or, you know what, you guys did these things good, but here's something we've missed. I'd really like you to be able to include it. And by working through that process, right, that combined or that joint process with your customer, what we're able to do is to build that trust, right, be that know, like, trust, but build it up really strongly so that our customers are able to say, okay, I know what I like, I know what I don't like, let's get that sorted and move on. Right, so that's question number 2. Number 1, have we met what you want? Number 2, is there anything missing? And the third one's a build from episode 205, which is all around what do you want to do next? Right, and at this point of time, we're able to say, okay, so we've met everything you wanted here. We've missed these areas. We've workshopped to find a solution. What's the next thing to do? Is there anyone else you need to talk to? Do we need to get anyone else involved? Is there anything else you need to research? Is there something we've missed? What do you need to do to be able to make your decision? Right? They're all different ways of asking that question around what's going to happen from here. The reason I really like this is A, we get that direct feedback around if someone's ready to go or not. But B, it also encourages the customer to articulate, this is what needs to happen for me from here. And in plenty of times across sales strategies and journeys that I've done with obviously hundreds of customers now, is we're actually able to then have a customer say, you know what, I actually have ticked off everything, let's do it. Now, the let's do it comes at different speeds according to how much they're spending, but certainly in deals that are up to about $10,000, which is the average deal size for the vast majority of trade businesses I work with. And sorry, I should say it's the maximum average deal size. Most trade industries are generally sitting between that $1,000 and $10,000 mark, right? Is that for deals like this, we're often able to have decisions made pretty quickly, be they B2C, be they B2B, but where we're able to encourage a customer to confirm what's missing, we step that deal forward far quicker. So 3 questions today to be asking to close more deals faster. What do you like? What's missing? And what would you like to do next? Now, if you're someone in a business that is finding either you're not asking those or you're not quite sure how to structure that into your business, and I guess that's as a result of you having spent lots of time quoting but not winning enough deals, well, then we've got something today for you that I think will really help. We offer a free quote audit that will pinpoint exactly why you're not winning more jobs and then what you need to do to increase your close rates really quickly. Right? It's very easy to click into. There's a free quote audit link in our show notes. You click on it, book some time. I'll go as far as to guarantee that we'll find something for you in there that can help. It's 20 minutes long. That's it. Very short part of your time, but generally speaking, really moves the dial for businesses that we work with. So that's it for today. Thank you. Very grateful for your listening as always. Look forward to catching you next time. Bye for now.